Hello. Uh, Infinite, it's me. Um, so I'm literally doing this because Yad wanted to hear my thought process for our week 2 battle. Um, but I figured if I'm gonna do week 2, I might as well do week 1 too. And I don't know, if it does well, I guess I can do a live battle or whatever for week 3, or I just do a bi-weekly thing where I do 2 weeks at a time. Um, But yeah, so we'll just do week 1 quick or whatever. So week 1, I fought Nico. Zapdos is super bulky, so it's really hard to take down, especially with boots and shit. Double Steel is pretty good for Magnezone. Um, I don't really know if he brings both of them or brings none of them because of Magnezone. Um, Mega Dance, I really have no switch-ins for. It just has such good coverage against my team. Garchomp with SD skill shots, super scary. And then Necrozma is just super fat. So yeah, just getting to our week 1 team. So I have Trosex Magnezone. Doesn't really switch into Thunderbolt Flash Cannon very well. I two-shot a lot of his team, and I can trap the steals if he brings them. Volt Switch pivoting is really cool. Works well with U-turn Torn. And then I have Toxic just to release bulky switch-ins. I have max speed, just in case he brings Miltank, Zapdos with no speed, Adamant Metagross and stuff. Could be pretty good. I have knockoff U-turn Hurricane, Iron Tail Torn. So I brought some attack investment just because I want the attacks to do some damage. Knockoff U-turn Iron Tail. Then I just put max plus attack because I want Hurricane to hurt. And then I just have enough speed for max speed Diancie Mega. I'm bringing Boots because I don't want to take rocks damage, and Rapid Spin Claydol isn't really that good. We're gonna go into Choice Band Entei. I feel like I'm gonna be bringing that a lot. It's just such a good set. Does a lot of damage. It's just super hard for a lot of teams to switch into. We got the 50% Sacred Fire Burn, of course. I'm probably just gonna click that a lot against this team. Nothing really likes getting burned, except for thick fat Miltank. E-Speed's good for picking off a lot of chipped stuff like Dansey or Garchomp. Both of those will take a good 30% at least, I'd say. Tantrum's good in case you decides to pivot to Diancie for some reason. And then I have Flare Blitz is just like a nuke. Sacred Fire isn't always doing enough damage, so Flare Blitz is just a really good option there. And I'm not bringing Inner Focus because there's really no point. I'm also Adamant just for the most damage possible. And then I have enough speed for I think Buzzwole. I have defensive Melodic with Flame Orb. This helps against SD Garchomp, Diamond Storm, Mega Diancie, and Choice Band Buzzwole, or Metagross or something. Ice Beam hits Zapdos Chomp really hard. Scald because his team doesn't burns too much unless he's Heal Bell. I recover for keep myself healthy, and then Toxic just because I want to be able to toxic something like Necrozma or Zapdos if they decide to come in. I have enough defense investment for I think 2 Life Orb Earthquakes from Garchomp that an SD. And if he does SD, I can live 1, I think. And then I just threw the rest into special defense. There's really no point there. I have a offensive Nidoking with enough speed for the Buzzwole. Sludge Wave, Earth Power, Ice Beam hits everything for neutral at least. And then I wanted Rock, so I brought Rocks on the set. Then I have Spit Off Claydol, which lives 2 Moon Blasts from Diancie. Can get some decent Earth Power chip on him. I think Earth Power plus Stealth Rock would put him in E-speed range, assuming I don't get special attack dropped. Ice Beam's for like Garchomp, because this can kind of check Garchomp okay, unless you use like Outrage, which hopefully the Magnezone could take at that point, and like Marvel Skill, Melodic as well. Spin, because I want to be able to remove rocks for like Entei. They have Teleport for like an extra pivot core. I can eat a hit, or he like decides to switch or something for whatever reason. I can teleport out. So yeah, let's just get to the battle. So I decided to lead Tornadoes here. Looking at his team, I'm like, okay, if he leads Diancie, I can Iron Tail. If he leads like Miltank, I can knock off or something. I'm looking to get like a knockoff. Zapdos is like the worst case scenario. I'm like, all right, well he could stay in. Just like click discharge or something like Volt Switch. I'm like, I could click U-turn, but I don't know if he's like Choice Scarf. That'd be kind of interesting. To try and catch like a Torn lead. So I'm kind of too much like a little bitch right there. So I switch out because I don't want to deal with that. And he actually reveals U-turn, and like that really sucks for me because I was hoping to block like a Volt Switch there. That would have been really nice. Instead, he gets like an early pivot. And I'm like, okay, so he goes Miltank. I'm like, he's probably clicking Rock or something, or like a Toxic. So I'm just, he actually just body slams. I'm very surprised by that. I thought he'd go for like Rock, but it's fine. I just teleport out. I'm already unable to take 2 Moonblasts from Diancie, so that's really bad for me, like immediately. But Nidoking is really hard for me to switch into, so I want to put on some pressure there. You can see it does, quite a bit. It actually has Earthquake too, and that's really annoying. That gives me a lot of unnecessary chip too. He goes Necrozma, and he takes that like way too well. I'm like, I think he's like at least max HP, so that sucks. He Photon Geysers, that doesn't do too much to me. My Flame Orb activates, so that's gonna help for like Garchomp later. I'm just spraying Toxic. I'm like, all right, well, whatever he wants to go into can get Toxic, and that'd be really good. His heal, there's nothing much I can really do there. I click Scald, he actually does set proc, so I'm like, oh, okay, so I know he's close at that point. He goes out into Zapdos. I kind of wish I Toxic again, but Magnezone's also not too bad. So he was pretty adamant about that Heat Wave miss. In my opinion, I don't think it mattered too much. I didn't die, and I just clicked T-Ball anyways, and he probably would have roosted next turn, or like he could kill me, but it really doesn't matter because Magnezone doesn't do enough this game, I think, anyways, because he didn't bring his Steel types, and I died to like Diancie Earth Power. I died to 2 Heat Waves anyways. Garchomp completely destroys me. Buzzwole's a little bit annoying. He has Earthquake on my Miltank. But yeah, I mean, he they'll come up later when some big stuff happens later on, and I personally don't think it mattered as much as he thinks it mattered because it's not like it lost him the game or anything. I Sacred Fire. I get some good chip on there. He actually has Discharge, so that was surprising. I didn't get paralyzed, which was nice. I didn't get my 50% burn, so that really sucks. That would have been huge, because that means when he does click the SD, he wouldn't be at neutral, and I'd be able to live the next one and shit. Now I will give him this turn here. Like that did matter quite a bit. Just because it gave him a lot of a kill, I guess. Because either way, like unless he like clicked Scale Shot there, I think that would have definitely put him in E-speed range regardless. So I guess like Entei would have been at less health, but if he didn't click Scale Shot anyways, then Torn like revenge killed. So I don't know. It matters, yes, for his Garchomp or whatever, but it's really not the end of the world, I think. And in fact, it kind of helped him because it gives his Diancie an extra kill. So help him get kill leader easier. so I just let that go. There's nothing I can do. I just spin the rocks away. He just milk drinks. That's the problem with clay dolls. It's too passive. It's not gonna get any kills or anything. So I wasn't gonna be able to pick off the milk tank like I wanted to. Just U-turn. Yeah. So we kind of have this back and forth here. I click Volt Switch. He gets his rocks out. No, this is the big turn. I think. Super unfortunate. So I go Torn as he plays rocks. Then he goes Dancy, and I review the Iron Tail, and I miss. And when I miss, I lose Torn, and I basically lose the game here because yeah, I'm like, yeah, I lose. Yeah, it's like Justice. I'm like, it's it's hard for me to say that's like a fair trade because him, losing guard chomp or like missing a heat wave or whatever, like that doesn't just immediately like lose him the game, like me losing Torn would there, because Torn could easily put in so much work against the rest of his team, especially because like Zapdos couldn't come back in because I kill him with like two knockoffs, like a knockoff leftovers and the photon geyser and shit. And doing that, like I have nothing that can live a hit from Dancy and also outspeed and stuff. Like this is like basically my last chance here, and it's pretty unfortunate. So me losing Torn basically like loses me the game. So yeah, I mean, there's not much I can do here. Yeah, I mean the freeze was kind of funny. It made me chuckle a little bit, but by no means did it. Again, losing the game. The Flare Blitz just kills Zapdos. That was kind of like a cool little thing, I guess, where I can just nuke the Zapdos, and I'm at this point I'm just trying to get the differential down, so I don't have to worry about it too much. But it's pretty clear that there's not much I can do here. So, actually Morning Suns, which is funny. So I go Claydol. He Toxics, and then I teleport, get the Toxic on the Necrozma. Kills me. I just try and sit in front of him until I can get him into a Sacred Fire range. Because at this point, like I can't win this game. Like there's no way. So Sacred Fire. He gets his kill. That dies. And that lives, but he gets a special attack drop anyways, and it's not like I killed regardless. So, yeah, I do lose week 1 2-0 to Nico, so that's really unfortunate there. It was a pretty haxy battle, I don't really think personally, I don't think the Heat Wave miss and the crit on ground jump really balanced out the Iron Tail miss on Torn when that would have completely won me the game, whereas those two plays did not completely win him a game. But that's just me personally, I guess. I don't know. That's a bit of bias there, a little salty, but that's the game we play. So we just make that So we start off 0 and 1 -2, but we can go into week 2 against Yod. So looking at Yod here, Zeraora is obviously super scary. Zeraora plus Greninja completely outspeeds my team, and can kind of just completely destroy my team as well. It's really hard for me to beat that, especially because like you could easier on like Choice Band or Choice Specs or something. Trick and Pounce kind of scary. Snorlax is just always a pain in the ass to take down. Venusaur super bulky. Scarf Darm's really scary. I'm kind of like concerned if he'd bring Corviknight because I do have the Magnezone, but otherwise it's really not the big of a deal, I guess. So I guess Zera, Greninja, Snorlax, and Venusaur, Darmanitan. Those are like the big things. So we can get into my team here. Start off with Torn. I have max HP just so I can live like a Choice Spec Ninja hit if I need to. Get some U-turn chip on him so I can put him in E-speed range. Hurricane for Venusaur is huge. It's like one of my main ways of beating Venusaur. And then I have enough speed for, I believe it is it Darn? No, it's something better. Oh, Cryogonal, that's probably what it is, yeah. I forgot that thing's a little fast. So I bring Hurricane for, this is a strong stab, knock off U-turn for utility, and then defog to remove rocks, and I have no boots for generator, so I don't have to worry about that. So I have Melodic here too. This is just like the only Darmanitan switching I have that's actually reliable. Scald can do plenty of damage to it. I actually brought Haze for both Cursed Snorlax, but also like a possible like Belly Drum Darmanitan. I've lost to that set before, like Belly Drum Salak. Didn't want to lose to it again, just in case. Then recover to keep me healthy, and then flip turn for the U-turn flip turn core. That'd be really nice. And then just nice defense, obviously, so I can take the choice band hits too if I need to. I'm bringing defensive Neoking with rocks. Zeraora is just really scary. I didn't want to. I have a pretty notorious record of losing to like Zeraora a lot. I lose to it a lot, like a lot. I don't know why. It's just my teams don't really handle the coverage well usually, and speed is really annoying. Especially with like team support and all that. Earth Power, Sludge Wave, good stabs. Earth Power with the 52 special attack guarantees OHKOs on Zera with no chip. Like I can just OHKO it straight up if it's offensive. Sludge Wave is good for like Hatterene, so if it tries to like bounce back rocks or something, I can just two-shot that. The Flamethrower is good for Corviknight. I didn't bring Fire Blast because I'd probably miss it, let's be honest here. Like my luck. And then Stealth Rock just because rocks are actually kind of decent against his team. Especially if he's like Scarf Darn. That could be really good. So I can put it in speed range really quick. I have Choice Band Entei. I feel like I'm just gonna be bringing this a lot, but the only difference is the Tech Double Edge. I think that'd be really good because it can two-shot some Snorlax variants. Big damage on like Swampert, and if he tries to pivot in like Greninja, that just straight up dies. For whatever reason. I can two-shot like some Swamperts and Snorlax and stuff. So. But otherwise, I'll probably just be clicking like Sacred Fire a lot if I do bring them. I have Guts, Flame Orb, Heracross. He does not switch into this very well at all, and it really helps against Snorlax because Snorlax is again another Pokemon that I really have trouble beating. I do wish, for this week 2 battle that I brought a little bit more speed on Heracross. Just in case he was like a fast Corviknight to be able to outspeed Magnezone. I didn't really think about that until I was in the battle. Which is why, when you see that, you'll understand what I mean. And then I was really torn on like the last Mon. I was thinking like I could bring like Abomasnow, Latias is decent. I could bring like Heracross and Obstagoon. But I kinda wanted like an extra Zera plus Darmanitan switch in if I needed it. As well as something that could also beat Snorlax a little better. Which is why I brought Diamond Storm Body Press Dancy. I can live I live basically like any hit from Snorlax, and Zera and Darm and all that. That I can, put some good damage on him later on. The Passive Berry plus the special defense means I take like less than 50% from Choice Specs Greninja, which is really nice because I can OHKO that with Moonblast back with my 48 special attack. I'm just really scared of Choice Specs Greninja. And then Diamond Storm to boost my defense for Body Press. I believe I two-shot at least 3-shot Snorlax with Body Press. And then I brought Heal Bell just in case he's like rapidly spreading like toxics or like Sleep Powder or something like that. That was a pretty big concern there. But yeah, that's basically the team. So we can get into the battle against the odd here. Looking at his team, I expected a lot of this, except for like Corviknight. I wasn't sure. That was like a 50-50. I really expected Darm a lot more than like Corviknight. But I get it if he's like really scared of like tornadoes. But yeah, Snorlax comes in all the time anyways. You could bring Laser in a lot too. But I believe I led with. Oh, let me turn that down. I led with Heracross. He didn't have a good switch in, just right off the bat. Like Swampert or something. Like I can two-shot with that with close combat. He actually does Greninja, which is best case scenario. Because he doesn't kill me, and I can just click a free close combat here. Now this is where that not having the speed really was a problem. Because I don't outspeed a fast Corviknight. And I'm like, ooh, if he's like Brave Bird, like I lose this immediately, and then I can't really kill Snorlax later on if I'm not careful. Like if Body Press Diancie doesn't work out, like, that could be a big problem. So I'm like, I can't stay in, but as you'll see, like, I'm actually faster with my Lotto, which means he's like 0 speed on that because I have like no speed. He has like very, very little speed. So I could have stayed in and just killed him right there and then not have to worry about this, but it's a misplay. At least he got some Rocky Helmet chip on him. He's obviously going to roost here, and that's just a free anti-switch in. I do just double out because I'm expecting the Snorlax, and he actually just brings that Swampert. I'm like, okay, that's a good 50-50 on his part, I guess. But he really doesn't take this at all either. I don't know why I knocked off. He's not going to go Corviknight again. Like he wouldn't risk that, especially seeing how much he does, and now that he knows that I'm faster, like guaranteed basically. I should have just clicked Facade and put him in 2-shot range, but I've been misplaying all over with this thing, so it doesn't even matter. He gets a 0 switch in. I'm like, okay, well, I obviously go Nidoking here. He does not. He just clicks Plasma Fist. I don't know if he's like bulk up or if he's like choice band. So that kind of. I do wish he didn't click Plasma Fist so I could see what else he was. I do just get rocks up anyways. I bring Torn in here. This is a stupid play on my part. I don't know why I did that because that was such a risky play. I should have just gone like Diancie or like Melodic just because that was a really silly play. If I got paralyzed there, like that's horrible. But I get U-turn on him, which is it's fine. I was not expecting Toxic there. That was really surprising. I'm like, okay, so is he not Curse? Is he not like Rest Sleep Talk? I don't really know. Does he not have like Earthquake coverage on this? I don't know. I talked to him after, and he said like that was like a really good set. He has Body Slam Toxic kind of completely like destroyed my team. I kind of disagree a little bit. Like, I guess it kind of did, but not having like Rest Sleep Talk or just extra coverage really like it forces him to click Toxic a lot, especially when I have Heal Bell Dancy. I guess I don't know. It's not the biggest thing in the world for him. I don't know if he has like Iron Head or whatever. I kind of wanted to bring Mystical Fire, but I didn't. It's fine. I just go Torn anyways. ACT Fogs. I can get like a free knockoff on something, which is really what I wanted, and then I just return out. Yeah, I lose nothing. I actually did calc the damage too, and he's very defensive. He has like a lot of defense on this. Probably for like Entei, obviously. So he brings in that. I'm like, alright, I can't stay in. I also didn't want to reveal the double edge, because I think I could kill. I think it was like a roll, but I didn't want to risk that. There was no point in risking it. I just go Torn. I see Stealth Rocks, and then I just defog them away. You probably didn't know I had defog. You probably didn't think I had the room for it. I do have it, So he does that, and then he Dark Pulls. I'm like, alright, I live any choice back set, even like Ice Beam, I think it's a roll. But he flinches me, and that really sucks because it means I don't get a U-turn on him, and that he isn't in any speed range. I bring Diancie in because I the Dark Pulse, And I have the Possible Berry, so if he's not, like, Choice Spec for whatever reason, like, even though that was Choice Spec's damage, but yeah. I just got Moonblast off on him. I probably should heal build. I don't know why I didn't. This is also a bad play because I just take unnecessary damage again. I don't know, I'm playing all over the place here. It's really bad. But that is a good play because you did kick a drain. And then I get free switch out for Torn. Heal it up again. Bring in the Heracross, obviously. I really should just CC'd here. Made the Facade play expecting a Venusaur. He didn't bring a Venusaur though. I debated this play for a little bit. I'm like, alright. So I either Facade and just pick up this kill now. So he doesn't get Rocks up. Or I allow myself to take 2 burn damages later on. I just kill him here and I'm like, alright. I'll just save this for 1 extra hit later on in case I need it for Snorlax. I bring out Melodic. I do get 2 shot with the Dark Pulse. Sadly, I didn't bring enough for. It was either bring like defense for Darm or bring special defense for the Ninja. I couldn't really do both, especially if it's like Choice Band and Choice Specs. But I do bring out the ANC. And I double into Torn, expecting him to go Venusaur again. I didn't think he'd bring Corviknight in because he doesn't want to let Entei in too much. He's really scared of that, I think. I just get a free U-turn. So that was that was a little bit of a silly play on his part too, because it did let me bring in Entei. I guess he isn't really as scared of Entei as I originally thought, because he doesn't know that I have the Double Edge. That's just gone. Now the big thing here is that if I did get that U-turn on Greninja, he would have had to go Snorlax. 100%. He would have had to go Snorlax, I think. He wasn't going to risk Sacred Fire onto Venusaur because that 2-shot, I'm pretty sure. So he would have 100% had to go Snorlax, and that gets 2-shot by Double Edge. I think I would have rather 2-shot the Snorlax. Especially, well, if I had gotten the U-turn on him, then I would have rather 2-shot the Snorlax than killing Greninja straight up, because he would have already been at half and in an E-speed range. And then I would have been able to just remove Snorlax immediately, probably. Or at least really put a lot of pressure on him. But that's fine. But yeah, that was pretty crazy. I don't think he was expecting that at all, and I really thought that was probably the coolest thing I brought this week. I just eat that knockoff, no problem. I have a lot of defense on this. I did calc that, and he wasn't choice banned. Obviously, his life orb is right there, which is really nice to know. So I do get the body press here, and the crit is it's pretty big because it means that I don't have to risk a well, especially when he curses here, like I don't have to risk a roll, because it was a roll if it 2-shot after the curse. If it killed after the curse, I mean, because I did have a lot of defense investment, but I don't know. I guess at this point, like, he did have rest. Yeah, so at that point, I'm like, okay. But I'm like, so I heal Bell. I'd have to heal Bell as your wrath. And then it kind of comes down to if I can get a Diamond Storm boost on him. But that's not really too much of a problem, I guess. I go Nidoking. I'm like, I don't kill this. He just kicked the drains. I don't really want to deal with that much. He actually just Sledge Bombed, which was pretty good on his part. But yeah, it's just a Hurricane. Get some more chip with the Zera. And then I go Melodic. I'm like, I don't think he Plasma Fist. I think he expects me to go Nidoking. And then he tries to get some Drain Punch health back like that. So I get like a lot of chip on him with like Life Orb, Rocky Helmet. And I'm like, I'll just sack this so I can get more chip on him. He wouldn't want me to recover or anything like that. But yeah. So I just go Entei. I'm like, I can stay in. Like, I lose nothing. If he clicks Plasma Fist, like, I kill him. You can't really go Venusaur because I could probably kill him there too. So I have no reason not to click Sacred Fire. Unless you're expecting like E-Speed. because I don't like Zara, but I wasn't gonna risk that because I can just go Nido King like every single time on him because like knockoff has been reduced now. I just led Red Factor Chip, like a Torn. At this point, I'm like, all right, it's pretty unlikely that he can win this game, especially with that crit. Um, I would have had to hit a second one at that point, or he tries to like stall me out or whatever. But that's just not gonna happen. Like I would have to hit 2 hurricanes, but the crit just kind of sped up the process. And then I eat the life orb +1 knockoff and just kill him. But yeah, it's a good game. So I am now 1+2. That was really good for me because I had to bounce back pretty heavy that week. But the 4-0 definitely does not. Um, it does not really show how tough of a game that was, how close it was. So, and then if I hope that helped explain my thought process a little bit more. Again, I really just did that because I guess y'all kind of wanted to know. There's really no reason behind it. I thought it'd be kind of fun to go over my video. I mean, my week 1 and 2 a little bit. Explain my team building and my thought process and all that. Um, if this does well, I don't know. I guess like if people really like it in the league, I guess I could do like a live one for like week 3. Where I really think my plays through a lot. I'm fighting Jax next, so I'm basically just fighting Yacht again. Um, yeah, I mean, I can break down my team before the battle, and then I just do the battle right there. It's kind of interesting to do, but yeah, just let me know what you guys think. You can put it in the comments or whatever. I'll check it out. But yeah, um, thank you for watching, and I'll send this to Nikki, and you can post it. Thank you. Later.